how's life in Zimbabwe, like as a Kenyan? First of all, kuna how many tribes in that country?
There are 2 main tribes,
Yeah.
Shona and Debele. Yeah, Debele are the ones. There are fewer. Shona is the main one.
But the whole country has like how many tribes? Like the way Kenya has 44.
They're like 2 main, and then maybe there are some others which are.
Mugabe was that?
I don't know. I would say he's Shona. I would just assume he's Shona. But yeah, no, being in Zimbabwe was awesome. Like early days, and then I was going to an international school that time. So I got to meet a lot of people from all over the world. Actually, that was that's when I first encountered white people. They are white Zimbabweans. I don't know if I should put that in quotes.
Before
I guess they are exactly before. So I was like, we're African. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
African.
I never, I didn't know that was a thing before that. Zimbabweans they're so special. They're really nice people, very friendly, very, I think they have interesting names. You'll find Suji like gift, Suji.
The
license. Literally, like any English word can become a name.
Yeah. License. Okay.
License mafirosa. Like.
So that shit people talk about nini lures ni bullshit.
Yeah, it's not just.
Yeah. Because sisi pia si uenjoy wago hivyo.
Yeah.
Atiji promulgation gonyo. I'm like, no. Because for Luos it's mostly after famous people.
Yeah.
So you end up with these names that you should not have.
Yeah.
Like I told people, like I have a cousin who, like, if you knew how the Jews are racist, he's called Isaac Rabin. They're like, dude, you're not Isaac Rabin. The Jews are like, no, this is some nini. So I have a cousin called Isaac Rabin because you're named after who's famous at a
particular point.
Yeah. So Sisi, like, I would not be surprised there's Osama bin Laden. Yeah, like that's now
in that
happen
moment.
with the previous generation. Now I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because right now, have you noticed there's this evolution of names?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's happening in, but Cukes are not doing that. Like
not
with
as
Luos,
it's still a lot of it's still
are there new
keeping to name after your father, mother.
Yeah, but you're not coming up with new names.
But you see now people are doing that where that will be the middle name, but the first name will still be those Suji Arya or Jadens, these new cool names.
But are there new Kikuyu names pimped? Like, for example, the reason I'm saying that is like my kid is called Mor. Taraji, Mor means more happiness in Luo, sindio? And then you have other kids called Amor because of the fact that it's an A, like a girl will be called Amor. So you have Amor, you have Mor, you have Hera, you have Hawi. These are new Luo names that didn't exist. So now the danger with that, and I'm playing a role in this and I don't like it. The danger in that is very soon they go, wako wapi? You see, like,
you said amor. Me, I thought you were talking like the Spanish amor. Like,
no. I'm happy.
Ah.
With ours is I'm happy because the Spanish is my love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's love.
Amor,
yeah.
I'm happy. More happiness. You see, Hawi, blessing. Hera,
so
love.
Those are names that weren't.
Yeah.
But now you've taken like the Luo word and turned it into a name.
So it's happening.
I think that's a nice remix. That's a good way to do it. At least you're still keeping with the culture, but.
But I still want the O's and the A's too. What would the world be without Obonyo? You see,
that's true.
Yeah, you still need that Obonyo. Because if you all go to Megona and Kedero, you see, like, you see, one enough to tell you their tribe, even Rail.
Yeah.
So we need that O and A shit where you just say your name and people are like,
immediately, yeah.
Because
Amor, we won't know.
Yeah.
Oh, were you born in Spain? It's like Lupita, she's she has a name, but she was born in Mexico or whatever, so that's why she has that.
Yeah, that
Lupita.
Yeah, Lupita. Yeah. So cute. Their names are not evolving that way. Like
I don't
Kikuyu names
think so, but
evolve-
you're giving ideas. I feel like that's
Like what's happiness in
that's
Kikuyu?
that's a good
Happiness would be, what would the kid be called?
Nida.
Yeah.
Shit!
Yeah,
Look
maybe-
at you putting me on the spot.
Yeah, like I'm trying to look.
Oh God! My
Eh,
Kikuyu card is being
sasa
revoked
like
right
love,
now.
Love has always been there. Wedo has always
Yeah.
been there, sindio? Wedo wako Mario. No. You don't know that shit?
Yeah.
That shit was a hit. Kama ili kupata Zimbabwe.
That's no, of course that one I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's bad that I'm such a bad Kikuyu because I just have the Wanjiko Waithaka. I don't have any other names.
Yeah, you don't have an English
I don't
name?
have an English name, no middle name, no nothing.
That's dope.
I think by the time I came, because of the last born, my parents were like, okay.
The rest
Wanjiko.
have wako na
They
English
have.
names.
They don't have. Actually, none of us have English names, but they have
that's
middle
good.
names.
Mm.
Both, my brother is Karoro, Kagondu, so all the names are Kikuyu. But I didn't get a middle name. My parents were just like, whatevs. Let's go.
So sasa sietni sona jina. Wajiro Shiko Waithaka. Shiko Wajiro.
So I'm WW. It's nice. It's cool.
Shiko Waithaka. You're like
Just
Wajiko and Shiko are different.
I used to be like, back in the day when you're in primary or whatever, all your friends have an English name. You're in school, you're called by Catherine. This one. I used to wish why didn't you give me an English name? But now I've really come to appreciate that my parents kept it 100. They kept
the same
it
thing.
real.
I was here busy joking about my cousin having a Jewish name and have a Greek name. And the Greeks would fuck me up. This is Sparta! The Greeks would fuck me up. I'm called Makarios. Such a Greek name.
Makarios?
Yeah.
How did that come to be?
Because apparently around the time I was being born, there was this bishop who became the president of Cyprus.
Oh, wow.
Cyprus and Greece are the same sort of shit. So my dad, the dude that he is, was like, Makarios. Because some other brothers have simpler names.
Yeah.
So you have Alex, you have Owen. But then there's another brother of mine called Bruno. But this was before Frank Bruno. So I used to wonder what.
Yeah.
But then my dad worked with some white dude called Bruno, who was a good friend of his.
Yeah.
So decided to name his first son.
That one. I like
And
that.
Yeah. But
and where are you in the lineup?
I mean the last. We're in the last born.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we're both last
born privileges. And you?
Yeah, my firstborn.
Firstborn. Sorry.
No privileges.
Sorry.
You're
I stay. Check it to my brother. Spot me, send me 500. I will never stop being the last born to my.
Yeah.
Especially being the last. I have an older brother and a sister, so being the last born girl, he's the only guy. So there's another. He's the only.
The dude is the firstborn.
Yeah, he's the firstborn.
Okay.
So there's that car. He has to take care of us, so I will never stop taking advantage. I'll remain the baby sister till I'm 45 or whatever. I will always be the baby sister.
Yeah.
But I have this thing that I talk about when I'm on stage, having half siblings.
Oh.
Do you have half siblings?
Yeah, I do have half siblings. I have two half siblings, which I didn't grow up with, but
so your dad had secrets.
That's the thing. And I'm like, this is Kenya. Ebu, please talk to your dads, is what I'm saying. You don't end up you go to school, you find yourself in high school, you meet a half sibling. Hey, Waithaka, who's your dad, but yeah, I have half siblings. And
and your dad gave them his name. He didn't give a fuck.
He wasn't gosh, one we sort of knew about, and then there was one we sort of who I met later. I actually met him at my dad's funeral. I talk about this
oh shit, Paul.
And that's why I'm saying people talk to your dads unless you want to find out at the funeral.
So this dude showed up. Why?
Exactly. See, now I mean it wasn't even anything like that. He just came out to pay his respects, everything. But I knew about him, I just hadn't met him. And he's actually a dope guy, love him. But he walks in,
and he's like a
photocopy of my dad. The aunties were, guy, where the can I wear? The aunties were, shut, because the star Yeah. So I always tell people, just please, just find out now before you have weird
And
things
make people
happening.
run.
And then again, this is Nairobi.
Yeah.
You'll find yourself in a situationship, talking to your girls that, oh my God, we have such a strong connection. It's DNA, bitch. Like, please.
Yeah. Then kids
it's a
are
double helix. Please.
kids are being born with funny defects.
Yeah. So there's I
Oh.
think that's a thing.
When did your dad pass away?
In 2006.
Oh shit!
I was 18. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while. It's weird, you know.
Yeah, I know.
How your dad also passed away.
Yeah, 96.
Yeah.
So
it's
the
like,
fucked up thing about it is I have to see his picture to
Yeah.
remember his face, because he passed away before smartphones. So do you know how fucked up that is?
Yeah.
Like the human brain literally forgets.
Yeah.
Does not matter how close you are with someone,
Yeah.
you'll forget their
Totally.
face.
Totally.
So you have to, like, every time I go watch Ampaka, now I'm feeling guilty. Like I just need to take a photo
Yeah.
and be like right now, if you told me to, if my dad resurrected, I'll be like, what the fuck? You look familiar. Oh shit! Oh
yeah,
it's
I
you.
know you from
Before I
somewhere.
start running, like, oh,
Yeah.
because that's the other thing.
And so you were, how old were you? 96. As I age you, let's
I was
find
a
out. Let's do the
teenager.
maths
I
right
was
now.
a teenager.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
So yeah,
But
I was
it's-
16.
I was 18. It's
Yeah.
weird. Like, even as much as the time goes by, it's still weird. You still sometimes wake up, you're like, gosh, I'm living in a world where my dad is no longer here. It's just, it's weird.
But me, the fucked up thing about it is I was not super close to him, because he had that Luo dad shit,
Yeah.
which I feel like Kikuyu dads don't have. And I think it's because of, remember that joke I was making of you, and like your kienyeji are different from our kienyeji. So he had this thing where when he was drunk, he was a dad. When he was sober, he was a father. So he wanted that thing of respect. Just keep quiet around me. He was super serious.
Yeah.
But as a drunk dude, and being drunk was messing up his life. Like, he had so many opportunities, fucked them up because of alcohol. But so now kuna hiyo, you see, like that, whatever. So I was not close to him. Like, even I always tell people, like, what fucked me up when he died was when I heard the story, I didn't cry. You understand? Like, you expect to cry. I ended up crying when I saw my mother crying.
Right.
See, like, then I'm like, oh shit, my dad is dead.
Yeah.
Now let me cry. You see. So later in life, you are there, like, so that's why, like, I try to avoid that shit with my kid. Like, I want my kid to be as, close
And
to me as
to
possible.
know you. There's
to
that.
know me, to know my bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, so there's that.
Yeah. I feel like there's that thing of, like, when as you grow older, you start to see your parents as people. Like, okay, this is just a person who was trying the best they can. You see their flaws, and because you're also an adult, you can understand more, and you can see them in a different light, and your relationship changes with your parents as you grow older. And I really wish that I had gotten that opportunity to, like, get to know my dad, like,
why you tight
relate
with him?
adults to adult.
You didn't grow up around him? 'Cause
Yeah,
different
'cause
countries.
I moved.
There was no.
I mean,
smartphones, internet.
exactly. I mean, of course, I came back all holidays and stuff, and I think we were as close as we could be at that time, at that age. But I feel like now, like, the more I learn about him now, like, we have so much things in common. Like, he was into film. He was more artsy than I knew. Like, there's so many sides of your parents that you don't get to see
like,
until you grow up.
So the same thing, like I was saying, like, when I went now for my bros, there's a certain bro mine who died this year. When I went for the funeral, now my uncles are giving me these stories about my dad, and they're like, I never knew these stories.
Yeah.
Like, this dude tried to rob a bag and had all his shit packed and told my mom, like, we are going to France today. And remember, that was before visas.
Wow.
All you needed to do was show up at the airport, pay, you could carry a bag full of cash and leave.
Yeah.
So this dude was trying to rob one of the banks, like 3 million shillings. This is kitambo kabisa. I think maybe late 70s, early 80s. I don't know the whatever. So, like, my uncles are talking about this person. I'm like, I would have wanted to meet this dude.
Yeah.
So I feel like my dad was one of those get rich or die trying people. So it reached a level where by the time I met him, in quotes, I met the shell of the man. Like this dude would spend his youth trying to be wealthy, and then at some point maybe gave up. You see, yeah. But he ended up like in jail because of that shit.
Wow.
So I never met this person. Then
That is awesome.
this is the same dude who, like in his circle, they knew this guy who tried to overthrow the government, Ochuka. So like now when Ochuka tried to overthrow the government, like my dad had to escape to TZ.
Wow.
You see. So like I never met this
Yeah.
guy. Like I'd have wanted these stories from him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
And
kuna
that's
hiyo.
as you grow that. So yeah, I think it's cool that you're trying to switch it up as a parent. And
Yeah. I'm trying to be as.
how's that going? Do you think?
I like it, but I
you're
think like now
managing?
the problem is also with my dad, there was never any physical punishment. So there's
Okay.
no way, if my dad never hit me, there's no way I can hit my kid.
Yeah.
So now shida na hiyo ni I'm the one who's never taken seriously. Me hata nikuwe serious aje. Like my kid will just laugh. I'll be there like yeah. So when I want shit done, I have to call the mother.
That's
So
that's funny because in the back in the day it's a wait till your dad comes home.
Me na
Now.
wait till your mother comes.
Yeah.
Like me hapo nimeweza hapo. Now they're thinking like hapa. Like you're trying serious.
So what do you do? Do you do this?
I tried.
You're on timeout now. These Mzungu things. What's
Kwangu inakuwaga nini?
I just wait till mom comes home.
Yangu mostly ni just wait till mom comes home. Yeah. So
Utajua.
yeah. And I've never and after the mother, she takes the mom seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the mom has that najua zile like switch to. Unajua Kiswahili sanifu sounds like threatening.
Yeah.
Like if someone is threatening you in that shit. Like why tandika like me hata pale she does not understand Luo, so
Yeah.
hakuna kitu naweza fanya but
Also,
apart
you
from
have
that,
a
it's-
daughter.
yeah
How old is she?
7.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's why you wanted a second. You want a son.
Yeah, I
You
wanted
were
to try.
hoping to have a son.
Yeah, there's always that thing of like you want to raise a dude. Like yeah. But now the problem is you end up with another daughter. Now you want a gun because like dudes, like because all fathers are always worried about that dude who's going to come to your daughter like I love you. I don't even want it. Like wow. Yeah, so there's always that like tukienda hosi because we didn't know if it's a son or a daughter,
Okay.
but they say the woman knows, so she kept saying she kept saying like it's a girl.
Okay.
Me had to see. So
Yeah.
I was like, so you're
You're
happy
like,
and sad at the same time.
Wow.
Because I'm allowed to protect you from all these dudes
All these niggas.
who are like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is you are like me. Yeah, because I was an asshole. So yeah, so I think that was.
I think it's a bit sad that it takes men having a daughter to be like, oh wait.
Yeah, I was full of shit.
Yeah.
Which is
Maybe. Yeah.
yeah,
We
because
need to treat women better.
like that question they ask you like, would you want your daughter to date someone like you? I'm like, no.
Never.
Yeah, I don't want her to date nini. So yeah, so kuna hiyo. Alafu pia another thing ile mtu realize, I don't know if you've realized that, ever felt that you feel like your parents didn't enjoy their youth. I always feel that. Like ever since I've known my mother, she's always been hustling, working.
Yeah.
I'm like, I met you like, I think when now my brain could, process everything. My mother was like in her early 30s. I seen this woman just chilling.
Yeah.
Like even like some night went to a club. No. So like youth, ilienda tu hivyo. How fucked up is that?
It's messed up. But I hope now that they get the chance in the later years. Now if you've managed to, you've built your family, you've done what you need to do, your kids are okay, you can get to enjoy life a little bit.
Yeah.
Like my mom is like one of the coolest, funniest people I know. I say she's the one who got me into comedy. She's so funny. She doesn't even realize how funny she is. Very fun. And she's retired now, so she has a more active social life than me. She's the one, always me. I'm like, I'm at home on Netflixing her. She's out and about, so yeah, I hope that.
No, but she's not
even
until
your
her, yeah.
No. No. I keep telling her,
that would
though,
also
like,
be
you're still
depressing.
young. You find someone. She's like,
Are you seeing like?
I'm like, I'm setting you up on a
Do you know
Tinder
what would be cool
profile.
with that? You know what would be cool with that? You and your sister.
Mm-hmm.
You know would be disgusted your brother.
My brother would not
My brother would be like, no.
about that life. Yeah, I'm like, hey, you're still young.
Yeah.
Please, you still have years
Especially
to live.
If it's a young dude.
Yeah, okay. Even me, I would.
Remember
Well,
like
you know, I mean, I'd even
remember
to my
when,
mom, I would say Garrett.
Diamond's mom was dating a younger dude. Did you ever see that shit? Yeah, she was dating
How
some
much?
young
Yeah,
dude.
how young was he?
Like some young dude, like
Oh,
some dude who
gosh.
could have played with Diamond, I
Oh
think.
gosh.
And you see, like Diamond is such like a superstar that
Yeah.
he was just cool with the whole situation. I was like, no, I don't want my mother doing some
No.
of these things. What if this dude is there, like he needs head? Then you walk into your mother giving head. Now you're
Oh shit.
Okay, too far.
yeah,
too much. I
See,
don't.
like no one wants that shit. Like,
No.
if you have to date someone else who's also old.
Who's your another?
Yeah.
Find another a widower for yourself.
People
Yeah.
with the same,
Mm,
train of thought. You can, let's
Exactly.
walk
Life
the dog.
experience.
Let's walk the dog. Let's go look for avocados in a fucking.
yeah,
Don't your mom? You hear your mom talking to the boyfriend. Where umeoga leo? Hebu go bath. Where? Oh God.
Yeah. Well, there's that clip also shared with you. So the African father who cheated and the kids were
Yes,
screaming at him.
that was wild. That is Gen X. This new generation of kids do not give a F. These are the same kids who are at work who tell their boss, I don't give a fuck, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, Dad, you, I'm so scared, right? I'm so pissed right now.
Like, this is an African
Yeah.
dude. This is how I normally look at it. This is an African who most probably grew up in a time where polygamy was a thing. Sindio?
That was not a wife. That was an affair. And it was a young
See.
person. That's why they were so mad too.
Ndio
Okay.
polygamy was a thing. He decided to settle for this one woman. You could see the old woman pale kwa seat.
Yeah.
Amekaa pale amevaa mzee. Unaona text imeandika vizuri kabisa kwa text, I want to sit on your fat dick. You don't want your mother typing that. If another woman has delegated that to you,
No. Like,
Muko
me, I was,
sad.
I
Yeah,
was like,
go.
Yeah.
go girls. And you could see he was ashamed of himself.
No,
he, couldn't
No,
even
he was
speak.
not.
He wasn't speaking because he was thinking like me.
Yeah.
Wait till you finish.
No, that look on his face.
Finish saying all that shit.
Yeah.
All of you who are over 18, go
Get the
find
fuck out.
yourself
Get
a
out.
place to steal.
Yeah.
Fuck out of my house.
No way did he.
She's there.
I bet you he's like kneeling on his door. He's trying to repair the relationship. I bet you. He's
Yeah,
not
with
that.
the wife, yeah, but the kids,
No,
they
even
need
the
to get the
kids.
fuck
With the
out.
wife. Alafu the wife najua ni simple kabisa. Nakaa chini na wewe unajua kile wahenga walisema nini? Ndoa ni kuvumilia. That's the apology. Najua
Yeah.
ndoa ni kuvumilia. Okay. Now let me go cheat.
So do you guys think now, okay, you guys men will be men, let them go cheat. See now if the woman, okay, sawa. See,
You see, if a
it's
woman
both, it
cheats-
goes both ways.
If a woman
Basi.
cheats, she can come with evidence that's going to last for 9 months.
Okay, if she's an
Remember
old woman,
evidence, hakuna mtu atajua.
if it's past that time,
Siku hizi
she's
can
in
never
her
know
late
it's past.
40s or whatever, she's not gonna get pregnant. You out there on these streets, let her also go out there to the streets.
Halle Berry got pregnant at 51.
I think
Nowadays it
these are
happens.
those IVFs.
See,
You have to be
kuna hata-
rich for
you
that.
did see like the old women in India who got like pregnant at 67. India.
God.
Yeah, it happened. Like, and they already had grown kids. You know
Yeah.
how fucked up
You
that
have
is?
you have grandkids,
Yeah, you have
who
grandkids,
are
they're
older
like-
than you.
Yeah, and then you're there thinking like these people with their wrinkled private parts are just busy.
Imagine
banging.
be thinking you're done. You're like, yes, I've finished with children. First of all, me kama Ciku, I've worked my whole life to not get pregnant. Now, when I think I'm past it, I'm gonna get pregnant.
Hautaki
There's no
watoi?
way.
Kwa nini? You don't want a shitting machine?
You see, when described like that, how could I not? What is no? I mean, I'm neutral. It's not something that's a goal of mine.
You just want to use it as a PlayStation.
If if I meet someone and you know we want to start a family, maybe, but it's not like I want to have kids. I think I'll be okay if I don't have kids, because there's so many things that your life changes, especially as a woman. I know men, your lives just continue on as normal, but as the mother, you can't rely on these men. You're the soul.
As a man, it changes unless you're like a deadbeat.
Okay.
Yeah, but it changes.
It changes. Like you can no longer be. Your life is about somebody else. And me, where I'm at, I know that I'm not ready to be. I'm still selfish. You have to be a bit selfless to be a parent. You have to give all to this child. And, I'm not there.
Kuna Oktoberfest and the kid is there.
Exactly.
They're telling your kid, "Wanna line up your
Could have missing because of you."
Yeah, like you're there.
So there's no like pressure from parents and them.
No, I think luckily my older siblings have kids, so my mom has her grandkids, so she's okay.
Really?
Kuna grandkids wangapi?
You have lucky.
They are 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Me mother akona
6
grandkids ka me anaweza hata ku
But I think with sons is different. Like I'm sure if your mother was to ever pressure anyone, it would have been your brother more than the two of you, ama?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah, me.
It's normally the son that's pressured.
Do you have kids?
No. Or at least not ones like I know. Like, I'm sure someday only when I'm somewhere in a hospital dying.
Yeah.
Someone
will come along
with the woodwork.
Or to the funeral. Then pop up.
Then cause all types of trouble.
And do you want kids?
I mean, yeah. But I'm not going to.
You're not seeking it out.
Yeah, it's not. At least not at this point in my life.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. Like, men have more of that luxury of like, well, I can still wait. You can still father a child when you're.
Lakini pia mimi yangu ilikuwa ile kijaka wise posorena. Posorena nime unajua vile unaweza kume hold kitu hivi alafu yanguke. So it's not something like I planned.
Yeah.
Like I remember I was really in a dark space like your time. Like I was looking at my freedom because like me, my life, I just wanted to be new vagina for life. Like new pussy for life. You know, like if I could. I was the sort of asshole who used to be like, I've told people here, I used to look at my body count. I'm like, hii namba jo jaenda vizuri.
Wow.
And like I need to hit 3 more pussies by this time so that
you had a weekly target.
So now eventually there's this human who's showing up and then in my mind I tell myself like I'm the most anti-deadbeat dad. So I had to be dad to my kid. And then before you know it, it becomes part of your life and
Did it happen like immediately or did it take time?
I think immediately. Now Leonardo come to hivi.
Yeah.
Like very tiny human. Yeah.
That relies on you.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. Like ever since I touched that kid hivi, I've only been in one vagina. I've never gone anywhere else. Like I just whatever. And then that urge for being a player just dies slowly. Before you know it. Like back in the days saizi ningekuwa kwa mindbox za nowadays like if you find me scrolling through photos of girls it's because I'm looking for a dope thumbnail for Iko Nini. It's not because I'm like trying to slide into some inbox and do that so that just happened and so it's been good also because at least now the probability of me dying of some venereal disease is next to 0 because at some point
your daughter for that.
At some point I used to think like this might be the way I go. Itakuwa ni some new bullshit so and because of that I always feel like maybe I have a kid out there because I had some raw sex out there
the
so maybe kuna kamtoika huko nje
kuna moja me suspect
would you want that child to find you at some point?
I wouldn't mind.
Because we want to know like if they're okay, they're good, they're living good.
But if that was to happen, I'd really wish it's a dude because I don't want it to be a girl and then tunamiti mimi nagati kwa inange chusiko na kujua damn. Mama, it's also a son, and like, identify as she. I'm like, oh, I'm liberal, but not that much. That would be,
parenthood is
like even there was that
heavy.
Paul and akurudisha kwa stories that trans, but there was this, Dwayne Wade, the basketball player, about the son stroke daughter.
Yes.
So now the mother, the one who gave birth to the kid, is saying that they have to wait for the kid to reach 18 for the kid to legally change. What do you think? Because Dwayne Wade is like, yes, let it happen. The kid, I think, is like 14.
Yeah. I mean, when you say like change, a lot of people think that, immediately it's going to take sex change, blah blah blah. It's just more of those social things, like if you want your new name, you can dress how you want to dress, those type of things, and I think that's fine. I think there's something to be said about wait till you're legal to change your body, but
now another thing about Kenya, you know the photos that were going around of that dude who was wearing clothes. In Kenya, they are there, like, by clothes I mean female clothes. In Kenya they are there, like, there's even a video of him. So he's put on lipstick, and then he had a wig, whatever. But his chest looks flat, so ametoa kila kitu, alafu he'd created a mangina. So isila with Kenya milamwambia like nini, then he releases it and kanatokea hapo. And then now he's been arrested for trying to con men. I'm there like, that's not a charge.
It's not a crime.
Like, and no, that's not a charge. And if you thought someone was a woman and you bought them drinks and they ended up not being a woman, ni shauri yako.
Yeah, exactly. Shauri yako.
At some point unafaa kushindwa like
and then actual conmen in these streets.
And then it can also lead to violence. You see, now that's the danger of like being trans in Kenya.
Yeah, it's
like
if scary.
If you're trans in Kenya, just put on Masai outfits.
Even being gay in Kenya, I think is it's still, we think of ourselves as a bit liberal, but it's also dangerous. Even you see, like, let's say a guy hits on you. There's a lot of men who would immediately
turn violent.
Instead of just being like, hey.
But it also depends on how big the dude is. So it goes back to there's something that Nani said when we had YY here. He was saying that a lot of things we do because we can get away with it. So that's why you'll find like a drunk person will come and bang at your door, make noise, but they never do that at a police station.
Right.
So it's the same thing, like if someone gay hits on you, you're going to look at his size. Like let's say it's even Sauti Sol. If Bien was gay and he hits on you, it's different from Chimano. Chimano unashika ushati like but Bien itakuwa like Buddha sichezaki huko Buddha.
Very polite.
Itakuwa polite. So it depends with who are you dealing with. It depends with, like, it's going to determine your reaction. Because you also don't want a gay dude to whoop your ass. It does not look good.
And what has it that they throw hands?
They're like, damn. So kuna hizo elements, like it reminds me of, did you watch ilikuwa Baba Shop 2 which one was it, Friday 2 where this guy the Terry Crews, you know him?
I think it
he was trying to fuck Cat Williams.
I think it was
I don't know which one is
next
that.
Friday, I think. Friday
next
after
Friday.
next.
Friday after next. No, I don't think I watched it.
You need to watch
but
it.
I know Terry Crews and I know Cat Williams, so that's
so if it's such a big dude like hits on you and smacks your ass, your reaction will be super different from if it's Cat Williams who smacks your ass. Cat Williams is like, you'll fight them, and man, that's such a funny movie. You need to
I'll check it out.
You need to check it out. So kulikuwa na hiyo ilikuwa nini, alafu pia there's this joke you made of your mom being your roommate. I found it to be super hilarious.
Oh,
is that true?
yeah, right now I have housemates. That's
Yeah.
how I
So
describe
your mother is
them.
your housemate.
Yeah, my mom. Basically, I still live at home. I'm doing it for the culture, okay?
No,
they
no,
say,
there's
you know,
nothing
in our
wrong with
culture,
that. Then-
we stay at home till you get married. So.
Yeah.
I wish more
keeping the
African
culture going.
people would do that.
Really?
Mm.
Yes.
Because I
The
feel some
reason
type
why
of
all
pressure.
these other communities like are really way ahead of us is because of that. Because you have to prioritize. Napata waindi wanaishi kwa wazazi wao mpaka wanakuwa bigi because they don't have to give that extra money to somebody else. You can bring it back to the house. Then you expand the house or whatever.
Yeah.
And it stays in there.
You're
But
able to build.
we've been programmed to think like it's a bad thing, which is not.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm not a...
But even I hope I don't lose my train of thought. So my train of thought will be, we need to go back to the joke
Yes.
about you being your mother's housemate. But before Apple, since Zaka may bring up, there was this situation. I don't know how true that is, but I think I had something like that was happening with Eric Wainaina, where like Eric used to live with his in-laws in their house, the in-laws house.
Okay.
And I think around the same time he cheated and made Valerie pregnant. How the fuck are you meeting this father-in-law kwa corridor? Like, your daughter's pussy is not enough. I had to go hit some. So I think kuna hizo like let it be my parents' side,
it's
not your.
No,
Like as an African man I have that. Yeah.
But then also there's a way it's done. It's maybe vile wao wameifanya it's a African way, but the way there's a way it's done. Like I remember the first time I noticed that where I took my car up for servicing and the servicing guy was an Indian guy, so they have the garage in their home. So I took the car there, and you see how they live. They expand the house outward. So as much as yes, you're still living under your parents, whatever, but it's not. You're not. Space. You're not going into your parents' house. It's like outside. Completely.
That's smart.
And it's very smart. So I found around that area, I think it was like Parklands. A lot of them do that.
Because you know, makes sense, because it can be like one way to create wealth, to build wealth. Where like if you're not married, you're not whatever, we build all these extensions where you know at least kuwe na ile and now M-PESA ungelipa rent tufanye nayo vitu zingine build and then
so it's like so like for the place I went is like another extension was supposed to be there, but this guy decided to turn it into a garage. So it's making them money, and then he doesn't have to pay rent anywhere else. It was just
I wish I could say I was building wealth.
With African Americans I think that happens where you'll find like this person becomes rich, builds this mega mansion where it's him, his parents, like some of like
cousins,
like they live in this one very huge place. But sasa hii yako nilikuwa nauliza cause then it means you're not a screamer, because you can't
exactly. So now even you know it's even hard. You can't even romantically when you're talking to dudes and guys like, oh yeah, where do you live? And I tell them, oh, do you have housemates? Yeah, sort of. They'll be asking me oh, okay, you have housemates. Do you guys get along well? Like, it's like we're family. And I'm like, how long have you guys lived together? I'm like, feels like my whole life. But you can't bring guys home. I tried it sometime. I brought a guy home. I told him, let's pretend, let's play like my mom is right on the other side of that wall. Let's be very quiet. It was hot. It was very sexy. Till the next morning. Now, you know, my mom wakes up early, and now, of course, morning sex. He's trying to get morning sex, which
it's the best.
I'm not mad at morning sex. Morning sex is like when you get M-PESA with your kutoa. It's just a nice surprise, you know. It's just a happy. So, you know, he's trying. I'm like, I actually, you know that thing I told you yesterday, it's true. He was gone. Like, I didn't even have to pay for his Uber. It was just... Very.
Because for me ni like first of all, I don't believe in going to the chick's place. Like my toxic masculinity. Remember that thing I was telling you of, like every man has to have some tinge of misogyny and whatever. So my misogyny won't take me there.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I want to be free. I want to tap that ass and then walk around with my dick just swinging like I just conquered this woman.
See, if you've already done that
house,
wherever you are, you've already done that.
House, now tuseme uko na roommate and I literally ilikuwa ni holiday ile ama put you to bed. Ile like if I knock you out. Sindio? Cause najiamini hivyo, like there's some level where I can go the extra mile, knock you out. Then I'm walking back naked and I meet your mother, I scream muizi na huyu muizi anajaribu kuninajisi. Now on top of that nimetandikwa pale kabla uamshwe useme I was just
actually
the only thing I was stealing was your innocence. Unaona, like I wouldn't I feel like kuna hiyo element. I don't believe in going to chicks places.
And now it's again for women, you're thinking about your safety going to a guy's house. It becomes a safety issue. So you're like, how much do I want this D? You know, what am I willing to?
But also I think pia ina depend, like if it's an apartment block, somehow you're more safer than mnaanza kuingia Lower Kabete. Pole kwa Ian. Makarios, you know, like those two whatever neighborhoods ile like mnatafuta gate pale, like if that guy is, your life can change, either you're going to live in wealth ama that's the last time you'll ever be seen. So kuna hiyo
exactly, you have to really
it's a tricky balance.
But
for guys it's crazy, like going to chicks places, like it gets scary today.
Scary?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It gets scary.
Alafu kwanza
kwa dem sijui ni kimbaba ndio kinalipanga
kuna hiyo
kinalipia apartment. And then jana alidanganywa sijui sijui doing what. Unapatwa huko na boxers. It's trust me, no, we're not doing this.
Even remind is nani I think Rapture had such a joke. Like now there's this dude who pays whatever, alafu finds you, because you know the way girls get comfortable, so the dude finds you and is there like, ile kitu imenileta lazima nipate. And you're the only person there. You're like, this dude had come to fuck. And he's really going to get what brought him. So now he's bitch.
One way or the other.
Alafu kwanza madam vile news semaga like maybe the girl has been praising herself like I have the bomb pussy. And now you're not even someone who pays a crazy ex, because you girls also have that.
Crazy exes.
Some dude who's not moved on, and since he's not moved on, he's ready to kill. Not you, because he loves you, but ready to kill the motherfucker who's replacing him. So those are the dangers where I don't want to go to a chick's place. So like even I always advise men, like if you are someone who likes joking around with other men's chicks, always make sure mawatchini mabese zako. So mtu yote akileta bullshit, the watches deal with him before akufikie. So there's that. Like me, there's a place I used to live in, mawachwel kwa mabeste yangu, like I used to make sure nitokea ka chips ka soda. So what those dudes would have protected me, and hakuna mtu angemess na mimi as long as umeingia pale, hata ukuje ni bibi yako Buddha, the bass out of your voice, bibi yako ni amekosea, si mtu nacheki. So now unapata unadharau maochi, then you have some dude who's, because dudes are crazy. Have you ever had like some very jealous dude who was ready to kill because of you, who was stalking you?
Imagine, no. Where my stalkers at? No,
no. You know I've been stalked?
No. And
but some dude you told it's over?
At least, no.
So you tell them it's over, they just move on?
They're just like deuces. It's been real. That's why I'm still out in these streets.
Ciku, you need to check
I tell you too, I need a crazy man in my life. No, I am okay with not having that drama in my life. But I haven't been in like many relationships. I've been in like 2 serious relationships. Rare relationships. Hey, like Iko, ask
Thank you
about.
so much.
And that's
Iko Nini, when you make mistake your pronunciation, you never apologize. They're like,
yeah.
can speak 4 languages.
Iko
Like
Nini.
that.
Yeah.
The average American can speak 1.
Yeah.
And I've had
Facts.
Americans say machine. Yeah, there is like rappers, MOP, automatic machine. You're like, I'm like, they got away with that shit. Alua does that. It's a
Exactly.
whole story and so yeah. So
Let me ask you guys, so now that you say, okay, I always have to bring the girl to my place. What are you like the next morning? How are you like, okay, so are you making breakfast? What are you?
I like.
Yeah, my tinge of misogyny, she's making breakfast.
Oh my, you're joking.
Really?
You're
Like-
joking.
Like me,
Okay.
when I tell you I'm misogynistic, I am.
That's
but
ridiculous.
Now, the good thing is that day, like before shows up, I'll make sure like I've jacked off so they like I'm good. Like I'm going to give you something that I'm hoping you've never gotten before. Ile mpaka nikikwambia ndio tengeneza breakfast go like yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
so
think
that's how
there's any dick good enough that's gonna make me I'm at
now-
your house and I jump out of bed to make you breakfast. Oh hell
Love
no.
you,
It depends. Like.
Hell no. Maybe
How-
if I know you, if it's a one night
Yeah, that's
stand.
what, yeah. It's on.
But even
No,
that.
because for me, I like my food also very specific. So I know this. Like if we just met, you're not gonna do it.
So you put her in the kitchen, you're supervising.
yeah. So for the first couple of ninis, I'll do it until somebody shows me they can do better. Like I remember this one time at Hazina, somebody made for me something called Scotch eggs. You know what Scotch is? Yeah. My friend. Yeah, like that one can go and make breakfast. Like it was some.
Alafu nini might be a stereotype, but I think with more of the Kikuyu girls that I played with, it was more of dick and breakfast. Even she'll maybe even leave before time your breakfast. But with this like to Luyas, those ones will just go to the kitchen and they just do their thing. But nyinyi, once in a while you'll do it and it's horrible. Like I remember some horrible pancakes. I remember there is one like ulali tutengenezeaga sijai like one made for us meat like cooked jioni. And like my friends were there like shit dude. they are eating
it, yeah.
na ni zile za like as soon as she left the room sijui kwenda kudu nini everyone got rid of the food and like, when she came back like, yeah, so your stereotype like when it comes to cute stereotypes that one is mostly
legit
true. Like a lot of you cooking
it's a hack because me I don't want to cook, so I cook badly so that you never make me cook again.
So hiyo ni true, but ile ingine pia there was always the theory that Kikuyu is a work in bed, you to make a tired like
Yeah,
that's some bullshit. The cooking part lakini it was like when I think of great food I'll think of hizo like the non-Kikuyu tribes like hey, we alipika vizuri hey, kile Kikuyu kuna time yote dem sapa shanipikia chakula nikafurahia kweli. I think so.
I had a couple. And then there was one which was weird, like super weird. Like 2 times she cooked was really good. And there was a day I was like, what the fuck is this?
Telling you she got tired of cooking, so she was like, let me fuck this up so that he doesn't make me cook again.
It was like, it was terrible.
So you never cook? With your like a sprinkle of misogyny, you never cook?
Yeah, I don't like cooking. Actually don't like I know like he enjoys cooking. I have another friend called Muki who enjoys cooking. I just fucking hate cooking. I love eating but not alafu sasa shida ni those two, like I'd say part of my formative years and what I've always lived next to places where food is cheap and organic and like naezaenda kwa kibanda nipate matumbo gali, naezaenda hapo like place Kangara, they used to be like just across the road some Kikuyu dudes walikuwa wanatengenezaga nyama like nyama choma. Like damn, I think even some of that nyama choma got me pussy. Jele uko I want some nyama choma naenda tu pale ajejo wainaina hiyo saa kanusu imetengenezwa design what, because if there is one thing, if we are talking about stereotypes and cooking, come to nyamchom, I don't
Yeah.
think anyone does it better than Cukes. Like damn, like most nyama choma
Take-
joints
Mm.
I want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
quiz najua, and they do their shit well. Anything else, soup, anything involved na soup, yes, just keep it dry.
No.
Yeah, and you soup not
That's
even the men.
stereotype. I did tuvu. I did that soup. I'm always
Yeah.
like, it's too dry. Where is the soup? Always.
Even
Kuna
the men
soup,
go like
it depends because kuna kuwaga na soup na mchuzi.
Yeah.
So soup ni ile
Yeah.
if you're sick and you're looking for bone marrow, you go boil them shits. Yeah, hiyo ni soup.
Yeah.
But if you're cooking,
Yes.
Isikuwe na
With
soup.
waru.
hiyo lazima
Please.
hiyo ni mchuzi. Tengeneza mchuzi.
Yeah,
Sio
like
soup.
alafu mtura pia uwaga mnajua kurepresent mnajua yeah. So kuna zile vitu mnajua lakini tukianza hapa story za soup like anything with water you're like no
Yeah.
I think hata vile nani kumka vile what's his name Moses Kuria was dissing Luos at some point and said odhamaki ne wito dhamaki ne shiao yenyewe we're like yenyewe this dhamaki shit dealing with water is a problem. You're from the mountain not a lake like hapo inakuwaga ni shida. Alafu now talking of your mom as a roommate, there's this thing I asked Mbudhia and I have to ask you. So there was this podcast and people were discussing, so they were asking like you've lived with your mom for long, eh?
Yeah.
So the question was, would you send your mom to jail for 1 year for $50 million? That's 6 billion Kenyan shillings. Right now with the present rate, that's 6.44 million dollars.
I mean, yeah. I would hire the best lawyers. We get out of jail quickly. There's no... Mom, she can vumilia for that. Yeah, after you get out, we are living the good life. She'll understand. As in...
She's been your roommate all your life. You're just throwing her to committee.
Deuces. She's already sacrificed as a mom. Just one more small sacrifice.
And then you're set.
And we are living the good life. As in, even my mom would smack me. Well, Debu, take that money, I'm going. If I considered not doing it.
Yeah. That's a lot of money. It
It's
can
a lot
happen.
of it's going to change our lives for you just 1 year.
Yeah.
In fact, like I'm saying, I'll get us the good lawyers. You'll be
Yeah,
out
yeah.
before.
Yeah, because that's another thing. Like Kenya is so corrupt that inafaa kuwa hii payment napata before ama after.
By the way.
Jukani before uko like aenda tu.
Yeah,
Kesho takuwa
before,
tumekutoa.
for sure. It has to be.
You've seen these photos of this ka MP, the one who was nominated for... He's in jail and he was nominated for like a parliamentary whatever commission. He's in jail saizi.
Currently.
Kimwona, he still has his hair, which the first thing that they do ukienda hapo ni unanyolewa chawa. He's just living kawaida tu,
dressed well.
yeah. So unajua pale ma prison guards
yeah.
ni unajua kuna nimepatiwa 6 billion.
Exactly.
So to
there's always a way. This is Kenya. There's always a way.
treat mama vile anafaa kutritiwa. Because if it's America it's a whole different equation.
That's a different ball game.
Yeah. But if it's Norway nitasema like nataka sisi wote na familia sisi wote tutakuja tuishi tu hapa jela tu.
Hey, no way, please. Jails are nice.
Yeah, you send those to jails. Mpaka you wake up, you make your own tea.
It's like an Airbnb.
Yeah.
They can rent it out.
Yeah, because America, that tea is a weapon. Like you can't give an American ati aende a hit maji. Hey, someone is getting scalded. Like that, whatever is crazy. So vile ulikuwa Canada, any troubles that Kenyans got into? Ama you'd never met any Kenyans?
Actually, there were few Kenyans. I didn't really meet many Kenyans. Troubles. Canadians also... Okay, let me tell you the troubles I went through in Canada. Canada, their weed is a different story. You know, I went there thinking, me, I've smoked before, I'm good. They say, oh, here, puff. Where?
Yeah.
It's like you've gone crazy. You don't know what is happening. I went the first time I smoked there. I really embarrassed myself because like you're walking in the fields. I became that white lady. Oh my God, I can feel the earth. Gee, what do you think I was doing LSD or something? Like that weed is legit. So that's something I can warn anyone going to Canada.
Just smoke weed Kenya before when? No.
Yeah.
Ama Zimbabwe. ukome smoke
after I smoked that one in Canada, I saw I hadn't smoked it before then.
The Zim was as strong as the Zim dollar.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh.
And they even have at that time in Canada it wasn't exactly legal yet, but
it wasn't criminalized.
Yeah, so it's not exactly that's it. It wasn't criminalized. There was even literally in my university, they would have on like whether it was one day of the week, maybe Thursdays, there was a 420 club. They meet up at somewhere the square where the big fountain, and guys are just smoking there on campus, and it's a legit club on campus. I was like, you know what, I've moved to the right country. I think I made the right decision. So weed in Canada that's the
now ulijipataje Canada, like most people know, like when you think of college after high school, you think of America, like the real America, which is the US. So ulijipataje Canada? How did that?
That's where I got in. Those are the ones who would accept me.
Oh, so you sent applications?
I sent applications. And also it's cheaper than the States. US. It's cheaper. So and then now, because now Canada, you're going to the cold. So I applied to those sites, Kina Toronto. I was like, I'm going to meet Drake, but where I went now, West Coast is where it's warm. I guess he was just starting from the bottom at that time. At that time he was
still at the bottom.
He was starting. So I went to like the warm side, but mainly because it was a bit cheaper. And then my mom's work like paid for a lot of it. That's a good thing. So that's why I managed to WHO.
So if
she thought I would follow in her footsteps. So she was like, going to NGO work. Now I find myself a comedian. She's like, I thought you were going to help people the way I helped people. I'm like, see, laughter is the best medicine.
And since WHO paid ilisaidia kulipa, she can't ask who paid your fee.
You know. Like, exactly. You can't even.
Alafu nini because there's this other thing. Have you checked umeona hii debate juu ya mtumbas, banning mtumbas, like what's his name, like Moses Kuri had said we are going to ban, but now he said that he wouldn't ban the whatever. But there's this picture that's been going around of him holding like a second-hand ngodha. So now I have to ask, is there like a Gikomba equivalent in Zimbabwe?
In Zim?
Yeah, like where place people just buy second-hand. Zimbabwe.
Yeah, there is, but it's definitely not to the levels of like
Kenya
and second hand is a different story. But now like in Canada there's that, but of course in Canada they call it thrifting. It's not actually second hand, it's thrifting. That's how you
the second hand got the soul in thrifting.
Anything anything goes.
Because I think I'd be so sad. Like I'm in a first world country in the second hand.
It's vintage. If you label anything vintage, you can get away with it.
Also now it depends it's who's ngodha, because now that's the other thing about America. Like if you end up with Jeffrey Dahmer's ngodha, you can sell that on eBay and end up a millionaire. Because those people, it also depends it's who's
who had it first.
Like if you can discover like who Beyonce's ngodha before she became who she was. Oh, you are rich.
You can't that one, you can't even frame.
Unaweza frame to like I love it's signed by the first boyfriend.
Pay people to sniff. Your people will pay to sniff it.
And Jay-Z is trying to buy it from you. Because the stock nini inakuja ni shida. So but the celebrity culture nini Zimbabwe, like how is it like was there an active music scene? Because that's another thing, I don't know a musician from Zimbabwe
other than
do people sing
Tuku?
In Zimbabwe?
That's the one who do the Oliver Mtukudzi.
Oliver Mtukudzi,
that's I think that's the main Zimbabwean.
But now the E-generation pia some point there was nothing
during our era. There was like a very popular rapper, but I forgot his name.
There
was a pop. There was like a under like proper hip hop artist. But now because of South Africa, he was known more in SA than But what was his name? Oh my god. We
I
could
don't
play
know.
Channel O all the time. He was
Channel
from
O, you're
Zimbabwe.
showing your age.
Yeah, I'm old. Yeah.
Yeah.
You made me remember Channel O.
What was his name? I forgot his name. But he was, I think I will remember. I'll just
It was like a big like live music, like bands, that kind of scene. Live music
Yeah.
was a big thing. There's a thing called Harare International Festival of the Arts, Haifa. One of the first festivals I ever went to was there, and
when the dollar was still the dollar.
when the dollar was still the dollar before.
Mm.
Before you were going in suitcases to the supermarket.
Namuloi meet Mugabe, because I'm assuming in such a country you can't be in a rich neighborhood and Mugabe does not know what the
It's
fuck
like-
you're doing in the country.
Actually, Mugabe's state house was not far from where I lived. Like, it was just there.
Did your
but-
mom ever meet Mugabe?
No, she never met
okay.
Mugabe. But they were very, I guess, okay, they would be protective. It was like, even driving by, Abu just eyes forward, don't even like turn to the gate. So, like, people would get shot for very little around State House. You had to be very, very,
That's
very
the fucked
careful
up thing
around.
about like these African presidents and their bullshit.
Yeah.
Kuna hiyo like una try to imagine even ya Kenya. Have you ever seen that Kitan before State House? Like, I used to be paranoid. Used to always ask myself, what if vile gari will lose control ama brakes zifail, uenda hapo umeingia pale,
It's over.
ile risasi unazatandikwa.
Exactly. It
And so
shoot
there's
first,
no
ask
threat.
questions
You know,
later.
there's no-
No,
zero-
there's no
zero threat.
Zero
there's no
threat.
warning,
Yeah.
no
That's
nothing.
the time when sisi gari yetu ili when shit is supposed to go wrong, it just go wrong. It's like 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm supposed to be going to work. I've been picked by the company car. It's raining. Tunaenda kupita hapo State House. Imefika tu kwa hiyo mlango hivi, kwa hiyo gate ikastop. And now we have to push it, and it's just the two of us. And it's at the gate. I'm telling this guy, okay, tukipatikana hapa, it's a problem. So let's not even bother pushing it going that way. It's easier this way because it's na mlima. So we pushed it in reverse mpaka mali inaitwaje, kuna kanjia kengine ile inaendaga kwenda hizi sides, nikawa naenda kujoin sasa Valley Road. Tukaenda kupark mahali hapo hivyo 5 a.m. in the morning, because niko najua hapa tukipatikana either utachapwa maviboko ama tuchapwe mavibao. It's just
Well,
those guys never think
did anyone come out or anything?
No
You
one came
managed to.
no one. It was just the two of us. Just put it was a tiny
alafu
car,
hiyo
so-
pia unazogopa karisasi kata come from nowhere.
from
Yeah,
nowhere,
exactly.
Usikie.
yani nikaa ilikuwa planned, yani ilisimama tu hapo mbele ya mlango.
Someone had put some juju on you guys. Who had you upset that day?
Kuna nini? Alafu still na Zim, did you ever like when did you start performing comedy, man? Ukiwa Zim ama Canada?